anyone until they're dead here. Only the water.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Reject Films. Back with another review for you guys from the Warner Archive collection. And this is one I've been wanting to check out for a while. I've always seen this kind of cover art around and everything. It always looked really intriguing. So I saw that Warner Archive was releasing this, and this is available on Tuesday the 8th, which will probably be close to about the time I upload this video. For those of you that are wanting to pick this up, definitely get on their website or wherever you order from and you know, grab this if this is something you were waiting for a Blu-ray release for. I don't think it had a Blu-ray release, at least not in the US. This is a Amicus production. I'm not real familiar with Amicus, but I know they're along the same lines of like Hammer Films, the British horror films from that era, from the 70s and everything like that. And that is From Beyond the Grave, which is a 4-part anthology. I didn't even realize it was an anthology until I got it from you know, the archive in the mail and everything, and started watching it. I didn't even read the back or anything, but you do have Peter Cushing in here and Donald Pleasance, which are two names that really stood out to me. Peter Cushing plays the shop owner of an antique store where all of these stories begin from, and he did a really good job in this too. I like his character in here. And Donald Pleasance, it was weird, you know, seeing him in this role. I'm so used to just seeing him as Loomis and everything. I haven't really seen a whole lot of his films other than, you know, the Halloween movies. But this is a, what is it, 6.7 on IMDb. This is from 1974, runs an hour and 37 minutes, and is rated PG. There's no nudity, or I don't think there was any foul language. There is some blood and everything like that. So again, goes along the same lines as the Hammer horror films. Most of those are rated PG, I do believe, if not all of them. Again, like I've said before, PG back then is a little bit different than PG nowadays. You can get away with a little more back then than you could now. But yeah, go ahead and show the disc art is the same as the cover. And I don't believe there was any features on here. I think it's just a trailer, maybe, and that was it. Most of their releases are pretty bare bones, but excellent transfer on this from the archive. Audio video was, you know, top notch, and yeah, really enjoyed this one. So let's run through the segments real quick. I'm not gonna go into great detail or anything. The first segment, guy gets a mirror from a shop, from the antique shop that Peter Cushing's character is, you know, the runner of and everything, and kind of talks him down in price a little bit. Says, you know, this isn't original, there's damage and stuff like that. Kind of haggles him and kind of rips him off, and gets a better deal on it than what he should have. And shortly after, he gets the mirror home, and a ghost appears in the mirror, and the ghost wants him to keep bringing him bodies, people, whatever, to feed him. And once he gets full, he can come out of the mirror. And I'm not going to give away the ending or anything of the segment, but that's pretty much the basic concept of this. And, you know, by him ripping off the store owner, he, you know, things don't turn out too well for him. You know, he brings back like hookers and people he meets at the clubs or whatever. This one was just okay to me. There was no backstory to like the guy in the mirror or anything. I didn't really know why he had such control over the main character to do this for him. It's probably my least favorite of the four, but still okay. I mean, there is some good blood and everything. So the second segment is the one with Donald Pleasance. You have an ex-military man who has kind of a crappy home life. You know, him and his wife don't really get along too well, and everything, and they're always like kind of fighting. They have a young child, you know, early teens maybe, and he goes into the store and wants to buy a medal because he wants to be a decorated officer. And him and Donald Pleasant's character, who plays a street peddler, they're kind of talking, and he kind of tells him that he is, a decorated officer and all this. So he eventually ends up just snagging the medal from the shop, as the guy wouldn't sell it to him because he didn't have proof that he'd actually, been awarded this medal and everything. So he eventually starts going over to Donald Pleasant's character's flat, whatever you want to call it. Meets his daughter. Things pursue with him and his daughter. And I'll say there's a wish the boy makes that ends up coming true at the end. The ending really threw me off. Really twist ending. But yeah, really enjoyed this one a lot. Definitely my favorite of the segments. I know I'm not explaining these very well because I don't want to give everything away. But the third segment is guy goes into the shop, switches price tags on these little boxes. I forget what they're called, like snuff boxes or snuff. I don't remember. Anyways, he switches the price tags around so he can get the nicer one, cheaper. And of course, I mean, Peter Cushing's character knows what these people are doing. He's kind of watching from the back and everything. He knows, that they're not doing the right thing. And if you don't do the right thing, you have bad things happen to you. So anyway, he gets home. Actually, on the train ride to home, he encounters a psychic, a madam, whatever, who sees like a creature on his shoulder, and she's the only one that can see it. He finally makes his way home. She leaves him her card and everything, says, hey, if you want this taken care of, this is my number. He's not believing her at the time. When he arrives home, the dog kind of reacts a certain way, because always, dogs and like small children can sense danger and can see like ghosts and things like that. So the dog knew something wasn't right away, kind of runs away. He feels like his shoulder's like heavier. One of his shoulders has more weight to it. And him and his wife go to go to sleep, and she thinks it's him trying to like choke her out in her sleep or something, and he's nowhere near enough to do anything like that. So finally he calls the psychic, the madam whatever, out to take care of this thing. It was kind of like an exorcism going on and everything like that. And she kind of takes care of it and kind of not. I'm not going to tell you guys what the end is, but things don't go so well. But I enjoyed that one as well. I thought that one was pretty cool. And then the fourth segment is a guy goes in to buy a door from the shop with like a face on it. It's supposed to be a really old majestic type door. He actually is the only one who doesn't rip him off, doesn't do anything. He goes back and counts the money, make sure he didn't take the money as he leaves the drawer open, as he's getting his receipt and everything, and comes back and finds this all intact. The guy gets the door home, puts it in his like study area, just where his stationery stuff is, and it ends up leading to a room that is a blue room with a painting of a guy from way back when, and the guy had put like a spell or something on this door, like a curse, that whoever would buy it in the future and put it up and everything, he would come back and try to pursue like a woman from that time period. There's like blood on the door as they're wiping off the face. He put blood on the door while it was still warm, I'm assuming from himself, to cast this spell. And things pursue with the couple and the guy from the painting, and some bashing of the door, which in turn harms the guy from the painting. I'm trying to be as vague as possible, but I actually watched this one twice because I was kind of falling asleep the first time and didn't really catch the whole meaning behind it, so I didn't really like it the first time. And then upon second viewing, I actually enjoyed it more, and I love the effects of them taking like an axe to the door and what happens to the guy in the painting at the same time and everything. So this one is the only one that has a decent ending. Things don't turn out too bad for the couple because he was honest. And yeah, that is the 4 segments. There is like a wraparound segment. You have a guy outside of the shop who's obviously a crook of some sort who keeps getting ready to go in the shop, but then somebody else does. And finally, at the end, he makes his way into the shop and tries to kind of rob the place. And yeah, things don't turn out too well for this guy either. I'm not going to say again what happens, but yeah, you find out, you know, a few things about Peter Cushing's character there at the end. So yeah, I tried to get this in under 10 minutes. It didn't happen, but yeah, I definitely recommend checking this one out. If nothing else, on one of the 4 for $44 sales in the future when it becomes one of those titles, definitely grab it then. If you're not you know, one of those people that like to pay full price, but definitely one to have in the collection. I mean, anthology films are very hit and miss. I mean, there's no connection between all 4 besides the shop. There's no like characters from this segment in this, you know, in another segment or anything. But definitely recommend this one, guys. I'm not the biggest fan of some of the Hammer horror films and stuff I've seen. This is the first Amicus one I have seen, and I did really enjoy it. I know there's some other recognizable faces in here besides those 2. I just don't know the names, but there's the spine as well. And yeah, so that's it for this review, guys. Let me know if you guys have seen this movie, what you guys think of it. If you plan on picking it up, I definitely recommend it. I'm pretty much there with IMDb. I probably give it a 7 out of 10. It's one I would definitely revisit and watch again for sure. And glad to have this in the collection. Glad they were able to send it to me. And so thank you, Warner Archive, for sending this out, or I probably would have never seen this film, to be honest. And it's one, like I say, I'm glad I have and glad to have in the collection. And yeah, I'll definitely check it out again one day. So, alright, that's it for this review, guys. Thank you for watching. I do have Don't Be Afraid of the Dark is the next Warner Archive title. And I have one more to review from Wild Eye, and then, you know, see what we get from there. Yeah. Alright. Peace, love, happiness to all you guys, and see you next time. Bye.
This is where the temptations begin. Unlimited temptations.
Can I help you at all?
I'll tell you what, I'll give you 25 quid to get rid of it.
It's a deal.
Each concealing a horrendous nightmare that reaches out from the dark world that lies beyond the grave.
Come in. Whoever you are, come in.
If you are looking for excitement, way beyond the normal. No. If you want to test your nerves beyond endurance, come beyond the mirror on the wall. Step beyond this door to the room of no return. Experience the evil with no name. Stop! Steel yourself for the visitor in the night. Every step you take brings you nearer the clutching terror from beyond the grave. Find me.
quick stab. Just order me.
We've got him! Where the white worms crawl from the sinner's grave, leave us forever away!
Denied me life.
Susan!
Ghost, kept alive by the life essences of those who had been sacrificed to it.